Peace and Black Power family. Welcome to another episode of Knowledge Radio. Place where knowledge is born. This is your host, Knowledge Born Alive. We got royalty in the building on this Sunday. On this Sunday. Okay? We got the crown in the building and we got the bombshell in the building. So this is like a miracle. We've been working on for like 88 months. You know what I'm saying? And we finally got it together. The constellations are aligned. There's no retrograde. There's no Negro grade. Only upgrade right now. Okay, so let's welcome back to the platform my sisters. My sisters. Okay. Got the bombshell in the building. Got us Keya, and we got the trillion up in here. Okay. The crown jewel of Texas Trill. Got us Aziza in the building. What's going on? Welcome to the show. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. How you feeling? How you feeling?
After that introduction, shit, I'm feeling amazing. Like, who are you talking about? You talking about me?
Little me. Little me.
No, peace and power, God. I'm feeling great. I'm feeling really great. Honored to be here with you on this Sunday afternoon as we celebrate your journey. 5 years, 1,800 miles and running of quality content, the place where knowledge is born. So I am honored to be back on the platform. Thank you very, very, very much. Thank you.
Oh yeah. Look, I'm honored. You know why? Because our sister, the healing goddess, the true alchemist, Rabe, is how we connected on a place like this. You know what I'm saying? So we connected. He was like, damn it, sis, you better say that. I'm like, sis, I've been trying to get you on this platform here for a minute, and we were able to work that out after 88 months. So we're back here on another 88 months again. And we got a gear because concurrently while I was trying to work to get you back on for 88 months, I was trying to get my sister Keya back on for 88 months. You understand what I'm saying? So the stars have aligned. Jupiter rising, Mercury falling. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what's going on, but
a new moon is taking place actually. So it's all love. It's all good. But you are right. My queen sister Rabe was the conduit to you and I connecting the way that we did on this platform. We had been connected, but
right.
How that all played out. So shout out Rabe, because I fucks with her the long way. I do.
Right.
I do.
Her birthday was a couple days ago.
Yes. The Leos, they come through. They just want to take over, but that's okay. That's okay. It's okay. It's all right. My son's a Leo. Powerful sign. Keya. Where my bombshell at?
Right. You the bomb in your shell. You are the bomb in your shell. You know what I'm saying?
The bomb within your shell.
So I guess I asked you, what was this connection like? I seen the sparks in the fire and the whirlwinds and everything together. Like, how did y'all link up together and was like, boom, we taking over Black media right now, today. You know what I'm saying? What was that story?
That actually, and thank you for putting us together. I think Keya saw me on Do the Knowledge, my interview with you, before the world just said, fuck, we can't go outside no more. It was like, really? So everything is divine timing. I bear witness to that. Nothing was by coincidence at all. So, we just formed a relationship and rapport before we actually did the interview. Her and I, spent time actually getting to know, one another. And it's like, oh, well, I'm going to interview for Bombshell1111. And after that, it was just, let's do this. Let's work together, as sisters, empowering each other and our ventures and what we have going on. Because I remember when you first reached out to me, it was like, God, I do a lot of shit, but I really ain't got nothing going on. I don't know what I needed to have. And then it's like, it's I'm not gonna say it's crazy, because people say, it's crazy. It's not crazy. I'm leveling up into another, ascension within myself. So when I look back to the first time you and I had built in sound about, stay down for the crown and what I wanted it to do and how I wanted to do it, when, where, what, who, where, how, right? I'm traveling at such a terrific rate of speed that it's like, whoo, shit. Since our last, me being on Do the Knowledge, so much is like happened, and I manifested all that shit. And can't nobody take that from me. You feel what I'm saying? This ain't no flex. This is just real shit. Like, I manifested everything. And at the time, I lost my brother in April. My brother transcended, to join the ancestors. So I'm the chosen one. And I've taken on that duty. It's been spoken to my spirit a long time ago, in past lives and in this dimension. So much has happened, and I can't even really sometimes sit back and just take a break. Like today, I really want to take a break, but it's like I can't, because we got Do the Knowledge, and then we have hella thoughts tonight, and then I'm working on branding, and it's like everything is happening exactly how I put into the universe to happen. So I'm feeling great. I am, for real. I'm feeling great about that. Because sometimes we don't want to celebrate our own achievements, because people look at it as, oh, you flexing or you clout chasing. And it's like, no, it ain't a motherfucker on this planet I want to be like. It's only one me. There's only one Aziza. I studied to show myself approved. Others just paid attention to a post. You feel me? It's a difference. We're not the same. And that's fine. I'm going to meet you on the frequency that you're on. So with all the blessings that have been bestowed upon me from the universe and Allah and the Most High, and what my mathematics teach me, I'm going to keep traveling at the same 1,037 and 1/3 miles per hour. Like, stop for what? Because losing my brother would have, that chipped me. I can't even, put into words, that void. You feel me? My mother's transition, our father's transition, and other loved ones. And it's like, Aziza, you here for a reason. So what they say, count it all as joy. So I'm count it all as joy. And my grind is relentless. So I'm just going to keep doing, what I do. And blessings going to come. I'm not worried about the peanut gallery and what they say. I've never cared about what they say anyway. So everything is all love, God. I mean, it's just, I'm literally glowing. And this ain't even, this ain't no effect. Like, I'm literally glowing. You feel me? Like, I am. And shit, I ain't going to stop. Pop my own collar. Shit, I bet not stop. Like, for what?
You got to. You got to.
And am.
Right.
and shall and will.
And shall and will. Do. That's right.
Yeah. So
you got the hashtag that's like real life affirmation, and I roll with the hashtag. And
which one? Because I got so.
Right. Put a date on it. Put a date on it. You know what I mean? So like that's, hey, bam. I was like, all right, well, put a date on it.
Yeah.
In our culture, make knowledge born. You understand what I'm saying? Like, this is the process. So yeah, well, can you kind of describe for us, well, for me anyway, what it was like from one platform to the next platform, folks reaching out, wanting to talk to you, and then, offering you a space in the platform, and then those people you met along the way in that particular journey. You see what I'm saying? Like, what was that like for you to go from, I don't know, God, you know what I'm saying, to all in? You know what I'm saying? And some of the stuff that you could share from, that journey along the way.
I quit overthinking it, because if anyone has one deep conversation with me, it may not be deep for me. It may be deep for them. It's not up to me to measure their depth. You feel me? But after one conversation with me, deep or shallow, it depends on what we're talking about, because I don't do idle chatting. you know, you're going to be changed in some type of way. And to have the platform to actually, with Hella Thoughts, Keya and I collaborating to support each other and to support others and give them a space in this frequency to, support their businesses or whatever it is that they're doing, because everyone is not a business owner that we've had on Hella Thoughts, but that to me is what nation building is about. And I build. So if anybody's never got the chance, even a post that I put on Facebook, sometimes people think, what you post is what you're going through, or they take it very personal. I'm just giving you a glimpse into, the mind of Aziza. But when I share that, when I share that energy of speaking, communication, I take it very personal. You feel me? Like, I don't have time or space to waste my words, because I know that they're powerful. So the transition into, you and I just building on what I'm doing, and you wanting to, give me my flowers while I'm here, and transforming into like a platform to where I can ask the questions or bring on topics, whatever it is that Keya and I have covered, collaborating together, is just me being me. And that's the only way that I can really describe it. It really wasn't a challenge to face. It was just me being who I am on a platform where you can subscribe, like, share it, go back, rewind it. You see what I'm saying? That's the only difference, is once it's out there, you can go back. Whereas opposed to having a conversation with me, I expect you to remember what the fuck we talked about. You feel what I'm saying? I don't expect you to catch a moment of amnesia, because I don't like repeating myself. Now, I'll clarify something, but I don't like repeating myself. So that's really how I put a date on it even came about. I'm in the mode of not really wanting to thump my chest and be like, this is what I know, this is what I know, this is what I know. Nah, put a date on it. Look at the date. I already said that. We in the same, this is what we talking about. I done moved past that. That's just, I'm a Scorpio. That's just the way I do shit. It might be new. It might give you a different angle, to look at it. But it's just me not feeling like I have to go back and regurgitate the same thing. I meant it 6 years ago, 7 years ago, 8 years ago, before social media even became a thing. So it's just me being genuinely me. And I don't really have like a formula of how that came about, as far as communication. It's never been a problem, for me. Nah, it hasn't. No.
We build around here.
That's right.
We build around here.
That's right. Yeah. Now, Keya, she might have I want to hear her. I want to hear her input on how this is, work going from, Bombshell 1111 being her platform, me being a guest, and then us, collaborating, with each other. It's been, I can't say it hasn't been a negative. We've learned, we've readjusted, we respect one another. We're very open and transparent with one another without nobody feeling like, oh, you're coming for me, or, oh, you're in your feelings, these blanket ass statements that we get so comfortable saying, and I'm the type of person, tell me what feeling I'm in. Don't just tell me I'm in my feelings. What feeling am I in? Wrath, happy, sad? You know what I'm saying? Don't just say I'm in my feelings. I need you to communicate. Like, every cell of me needs communication. I need that. I require it, not so much that I need it. You can't just tell me something and not be able to clarify what it is you're stating. So it's like big sister, little sister. That's how I look at Keya and I's, collaboration. God is, I'm big sister, she's little sis. And, she has her moments and I have mine, but it's all out of love and it's all edification.
Right.
That's how we grow together. To continue on, with Hella Thoughts and whatever else that we, plan, decide that we're going to do. It's all, out of love, because we were just having this conversation yesterday. I told her if I didn't say shit, it means I really don't give a fuck. I don't. And and that's how I look at, our relationship. It's like big sis, little sis, but we check in with each other throughout the week. We hit each other up, especially, with the quarantine. You know, she knows what's going on with me, you know, personally outside of Hella Thoughts, you know, and I appreciate her for that. And, you know, it's reciprocal. You know, I'm big on reciprocity, God. You know, we've had a whole
Right.
hour and something interview
Right.
last time I was, you know, on Do the Knowledge about reciprocity, everything that I do. So we check on each other and know what's going on, you know, with our individual ciphers outside of Hella Thoughts. And it's, I feel like that's actually what's helped us keep going and have that mutual admiration and respect for one another, for real.
That's the story right here. That's the story. That's the story of Do Knowledge Radio. I'll share a little bit because I'll save, you know, most of it for the party next weekend because I'm partying next weekend. So,
What? Are we invited?
of course y'all are. What you talking about? Okay? Of course y'all are. You know, this is the part of the family journey. Like this platform brought me back from the dead, mentally, emotionally, psychologically, and spiritually, doing the work of my ancestors who wouldn't let me find no peace until I was doing back what they had sent me to do. One aspect of it. War was very tumultuous on my spirit, you know, but I was built for it, you know. I was built for it. And, you know, I excelled at it. And that was a place of peace for me. But also communicating. Because it could leave you in a space, you know, as you deal with trauma and loss and pain and hell, where you become a recluse.
Yeah.
And you know, no longer wanted to speak.
Yeah.
And you no longer value your voice or, you know, anything that comes from you. And that's a violation of God, like the old folks would say. That's a violation of God. You understand? Yeah. So 1,800 episodes, because it's past 1,800. I just rounded it off, you know, because I don't want to be, you know. 1,800 episodes ago, I started a journey with a research question. And this is why I posted the first flyer in that research question. Because we had heard so much over the years from many things. So I said, let me just get the perspective from people. And I went and pulled out this book. And my Bob Amos Wilson, peace be upon him, one of the questions in here is, what is consciousness? You know, so that was the first wave of this introduction in regards to Do the Knowledge Radio. You know, that was the knowledge episode. You see what I'm saying? What is consciousness? So I got some minds together for people to come through with their varied perspectives in regards from their vantage point or how they live their life in regards to what is consciousness. So the first episode was like twofold. Initially it was Black people come through and promote yourself. That hadn't been done in a long time, but that's a part of this community that we now call so-called conscious community. You could never go to a place or a gathering where we were assembled and you didn't get a chance to promote yourself. They didn't ask the elders permission to speak. They didn't invoke some ancestral spirit. Like, this is how these things work. They work in a particular protocol. So instead of me saying, oh, these cats is going crazy, I took that dirty ass glass, because there ain't no clean glass, dirty glass. I took that dirty ass glass that got dirty and putrid appearance from neglect, and I bust some suds. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, oh, you got something different. Like, nah, it's the same dirty ass glass y'all been walking by for years, because y'all got what y'all needed from it, and y'all no longer hold it in any kind of reverence. This is the same thing from consciousness. This is the same thing from these initiatory rite ceremonies. When you get what you want, it's a relationship. You see what I'm saying? Like, if the brother or the sister get what they want, all of a sudden, that cup that you once held is now meaningless. You see what I'm saying? So when Most Honorable Muhammad, they gave us that visual in the movie between the dirty glass and the clean glass and letting the people choose, people started rolling with that analogy, but he was dealing in the realm of psychology. He knows where you are, and he needs to show you where you need to be. But it's the same glass. It's no different than the prodigal son. It's one son, but the Bible shows you two to show you, who you are and when you remain steadfast, and who you are when you go astray. You see what I'm saying?
Duality.
Right.
Yeah.
So teaching you from that perspective, but duality exists from a standpoint of singularity. You know what I mean? So this investigative process, from knowledge is born. Look, listen, observe. That's foundation. Look, listen, observe. Most of all, respect. Right there. You see what I'm saying? So going on that path, I don't have to agree with everybody, but this is their analysis. This is their best part, because understanding is the best part. So embarking on that journey, this is what it was. And it started from one episode, one research question. What is consciousness? And then it went from layers and layers and layers and layers after. If I hadn't got a phone call from one of my brothers, because it was technical difficulties, there was all kind of stuff going on behind the scenes. Y'all know, y'all got a show. You understand what I'm saying? Everything don't go like the way you go. And you could deal in that space of self-criticism and be overly critical of yourself, and you'll miss the jewels and the blessings that came through. Right. And my brother called me like, yo, you sure you ain't did radio before? Like, you were natural. You had all this stuff together and da-da-da-da-da. Like, you went from this to that, and this and this and this. And I'm like, what the hell is he talking about? Like, they have the same episode, and I went back and listened to it, and there was brief moments where I was booted off. I really didn't even know what I was doing. You see what I'm saying? It was like OJT, like you learn as you go, from one episode. And I was like, all right, I guess maybe I'll practice and I can get better at it. 1,800 episodes later, I'm still practicing. I'm still learning. You understand what I'm saying? But if I didn't get that, voice outside of myself to listen to the voice within, I'd have been stuck. You see what I'm saying? So sometimes you need some of that, because the burnout is real, the stress is real, like all kind of stuff is real, but it's a love hella right situation. You said you loved. You understand? You said you loved. Now we got to prove it. So will you go through hell to come out right? Do you love yourself enough to go through hell to come out right before you can go to the next person? You see what I'm saying? Before you can go to the next person or the next person. And, you might mistake their love for hell, and you got to know the difference in between. You see, what I'm saying? So, like, this is where the purification comes in, and this is where the edification, like you were speaking about, comes in. So it's been edifying experiences, purifying experiences, and they all been hell, but it's a labor of love. So you'll subject yourself to that kind of hell for the elevation. So these are really blessings. You see what I'm saying? Like, so the people that you had to get rid of along the way, or whatever the case may be, these are all blessings. You know what I mean? They come with their own little hell, because it's still a loss, it's still a pain. So if we need ancestral forces, where do they come from? You see what I'm saying? Like, where do those forces come from? They come from the physical world. They come from the ancestral world to the physical world, back to the ancestral world. This is why we call our ceremonies, when one's depart from the physical world, happens a homegoing ceremony. Because we know it, yet we still carry the pain in our heart from the departure. You know what I mean? This is where the balance is, and this is how we transmute it into love. So this show is very impactful in that regard, with, like Asada Shakur said, what a comment said about Asada Shakur, away from people so long she forgot how to speak. You see what I'm saying? So for me being that recluse in that regard, I had to learn how to speak again, and we build. You understand what I'm saying? Like, we build. So this was a resurrection from the dead over here for me.
It's very, the frequency is very lit. Behind me are my ancestors, my father, my mother, my brother. So I chose to sit myself here by the light facing the direction I need to be facing in, east, here in my rest. So I don't do anything by circumstance. It's like I could pick anywhere in my home to be. I chose to be right here. I'm facing east, and my ancestors are right above me. And the first night that Key and I did Hella Thoughts, my brother had just transitioned that Tuesday. No, that Monday. So we were going up that Sunday. And my cousin came over. She came over to just, be with me, one of my cousins. And the thing was, a lot of family members and loved ones stayed away from me because they see strength when they see Aziza. They didn't know what to say or wanted to have the right thing to say, or was so hurt for the loss because they knew how close my brother and I were, and that our parents have transitioned. So they already are aware that I'm left, right, as far as this branch of the tree. And she came over, and Keya was like, sis, you want to just do something pre-recorded? And that week, my merchandise got here, for Stay Down for the Crown. My banner arrived, like everything happened, and bro was right, he was right here with me, bringing this stuff in and excited for me. And then April 27th, he leaves this dimension. And I was shook. Like I can't even describe, that feeling, like the fuck, and so I had this feeling that I had let him down because I've been my brother's getaway car, fall partner, alibi. We done stood in the trenches together for real. And, that's just what it is. I'm not making shit up. I don't need to glorify anything. Like, we've been through shit that would break or shake most familial ties. And we've never fallen out about shit. You feel me? So Keya was like, we can reschedule. And I was sitting in the floor. My cousin was at my dining table. And she said, I think you should do it. And I didn't feel like my voice was even going to allow me to do it. You know what I mean? And she said, I think you should do it. And I was like, I don't know. I was just still feeling like, how am I supposed to go on, and not just for this episode, period. Because, I'm trauma now. This is trauma that I'm dealing with. I still haven't wrapped my mind around the fact that he's gone and the legacy that I know that's in me to carry out. You know what I mean? That's why I spoke earlier. This has been something that's been cultivated in me as a young child. The portal to the past, present, and future of the family. At the age that I am, there's elders in the family, but I am the one that has everything here. And I push it out, and I enlighten and educate my loved ones around me. So when she said, I think you should do it, it was just like, okay, fuck it, Aziza, let's go. And it was just the introduction, but it was very imperative because we're launching a brand and more, episodes to come. So it's the foundation. Other than, okay, this is LeKeya, from Bombshell. Okay, I'm Aziza, Stay Down for the Crown. And I remember what I stated on the introduction a little bit, but I went back and I listened to myself. And when I got done, my cousin was crying. So shout out to Dandria. Her birthday was on Friday. But that was my cousin, which I have to shout her out because she was here. And she said, I'm so proud of you. She was crying. I'm looking at her like, why are you crying? Like, it wasn't traumatic for me, but she said, no one would know that you just lost your brother. And I spoke on it during the introduction. The Key and I had that very first episode of Hella Thoughts. But I didn't go into a lot of detail, about it. But I did bring it up because I had to honor him verbally, and let the frequency in the universe know that I honor him. I'm paying homage to him. And so I just did it. And that's, back to what you were stating. It's an ancestral duty that I have. It's a spiritual duty that I have. Not just for my family, but I won't say a but. Born universe truth. My loved ones and extended family that I have. because I don't really put people in like a friend type categories. Either I fuck with you or I don't fuck with you. That's it or that's all. So even my, that's the purpose. So when I said, I'm ascending into another dimension, that's what it is.
I think the bombshell is in the building, so let's give it up for Bombshell 1111. Our sister Keya, what's going on, guys? How you feeling? How you feeling? How you feeling? Welcome back.
What's up? How is everyone doing?
Hey, I'm working on my tan. You know what I'm saying? They say the blacker the berry, the bigger the bombshell. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what they had said. So my bombshell is the bomb. That, but I like it. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much for having me and also having Aziza as well. I guess I can just start off with going, back to the questions that you asked in reference to Aziza and I with Hella Thoughts.
Yes, ma'am.
Everything that she said is true. She may, well, you know what? I don't even care because I'm just going to say it. It was just something about her aura, her vibe. I don't know. It was her aura, her vibe. I watched her episode on Do the Knowledge Radio. And she's a Scorpio. So, you got to mess with a Scorpio because they are just blunt straight to it. And and like she said, we have, those good days, those bad days. But at the end of the day, she and I, we always work it out. So anyway, fast forward. I initially started the Bombshell podcast. It's very similar to pretty much everyone's reasonings because you go through something and it brings you to that point. Me, it was going through a rough patch in my life, starting over, literally from nothing. So it was about, for me, finding self-love. And then from doing that, like you said, making my voice be heard, because at that time I didn't want my voice to be heard anymore. Just, self-esteem, a lot of different things that women go through, men go through with life, period, not just within breakups and relationships, but just within life in general. So hence created Bombshell 1111 Podcast. Hence why it's called Bombshell, because you are a bomb within your own shell. And you always have to remember that no matter what you go through, you are always your own competition. So having to always know that. Then, I'm listening to Aziza talk. Her vibe, is just one within itself. And, the more I spoke with her, talked to her, watched her episode, because I did watch it more than once, because you have to get a vibe for a person. And, I'm just like, oh, man, that's my Erica right there. I tell her that all the time. That's my Erica Badu, but she's Aziza, though. She's ZZ, but she's still my Erica. You know what I'm saying? So I don't care.
She's so great.
And in creating Hella Thoughts, we came up with a name. We everything that we do, it's always a team effort. Even though, I create the platform Bombshell 1111, Hella Thoughts is something separate. It's a separate entity from that. And that's something that she and I did together. So always trying to make sure we, have that unity. So if she's going through something, I'm going through something, vice versa. We just make sure that, we accommodate each other in doing so. And as she said, we created that platform to educate, empower entrepreneurs and, the Black community as a whole. I think Hella Thoughts, we're moving forward close to our 10th episode. So that series is going to be soon ending, but we do have some very, very, very exciting things coming up where you're just going to have to be looking out for it. It's going to be virtual, though. Just know that. And yeah, I think that's where we are with everything with Bombshell 1111. In Hella Thoughts, Aziza, she knows that the people that we bring on, we try to make sure that they can be influential and make an impact to the community. Aziza is very intellectual, so trying to also educate the Black community on poetry and things of that nature. So at every episode we end the episode with a quote. And I think that's very educational within itself and powerful for whoever came on the episode for that night. And Aziza, she makes it individualized, which is a good thing, that I think as well, because it makes the person feels more empowered, in which that's what we're supposed to be doing, is empowering people. And going back just to the beginning of the podcast, initially I was scared to do it because I didn't think that anyone was going to listen. And in the Black community, most younger Black people don't listen to podcasts. And that's hence where I kind of reached out to you, and then you were able to encourage me more, motivate me more, hence how I was able to meet Aziza. And then, you were able to also, help me promote my platform more and give me more encouragement. And you also told me the same story that you just spoke about. You're going to be discouraged. You're not going to want to do it sometimes, but it's all about, if that's your motivation, if that's your baby, if that's what you're striving to do, if that's a legacy that you want to have for yourself, you just got to push forward. So I guess in ending and saying thank you, because I do consider you, I told you always, and I told Aziza too, initially you were a mentor for me because I was very encouraged by your radio show, and the things that you were creating for African American people of all descents. So I thank you as well. And then Aziza doesn't know, but I also thank her as well for coming on Bombshell1111 Podcast, because not only have we also created a legacy with our first 10 episodes, but we're also continuing to create a legacy. And then within my personal life and my spiritual journey, she's taught me many things as well. Um, and I appreciate that from her. She doesn't know, but I told her already she's my spiritual leader. She just don't know that yet. I don't care what she's saying. But yeah, so that's where I am with Bombshell 1111 podcast and Hella Thoughts. We're doing great. We have a very exciting episode tonight. Aziza brought on a special guest, Baba, and I brought on a special guest out of Atlanta, Jabrina. She's an attorney. So I think this is going to be a good episode tonight. What you think, ZZ?
I mean, no, God, we excited to be on Do the Knowledge, like for real, for real. But he had told me yesterday when I was driving back to my house. I was driving, right? And she was like, how late were you up? Because, my day job, I work, like 7:30 in the evening. And then, I got mom duties, although my seeds are grown. I got to check on my firstborn. I got to check, I got shit to do. I be having shit to do, even though they're grown. And then, my wind down time is probably like 1-ish in the morning. And Kid was like, how late were you up? Because I woke up and saw the timestamp. I'm promoting the shit out of it. Like, I'm being like, what music am I going to put? What can I put in the caption?
I'm like what's going on?
So, it's like yin and yang. When she's resting and working on, Hella Thoughts and Bombshell, or, other things that we're wanting to do and planting the seeds for other future, ventures, it's like during the daytime, just being respectful of time and what we're doing. And then at nighttime, if I come up with an idea, I know she's resting or she's tending to her seeds. But my best shit happens at like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning on everything. I promise it.
Oh, everything. She ain't lying.
So,
she ain't lying. I wake up and I be like, what the hell? What?
No,
okay, then. Well, I guess I'll share it. I don't think I need to, though. She got that covered.
So, see, it balances out. It does. It does.
And that's why I do also appreciate her too, because even though Bombshell 1111 podcast, was a platform that I created, she came in and with Hella Thoughts, and she said she was truly committed to it. She was committed to the journey. She was committed to making sure that Hella Thoughts, that we completed our series, even when we had a moment of stagnancy. she still made sure that we still maintain that. And that's what I appreciate from her, as being, the co-host on Bombshell1111 Podcast, is because when I have a down moment where I'm just burnt out, tired, I don't have to worry about the audience our listeners not knowing about what we have coming up, because I know she's going to have that covered. And I think that's very important when you have a co-host. And again, I appreciate you for that, Aziza.
Oh, I love you too.
Love you too.
Good.
And so
Yeah, we hella
understand.
excited about tonight. No pun intended, but yeah, we hella excited tonight.
Yeah.
I'm excited too.
Sorry,
Shit.
coming through.
Anytime I see
Legendary.
Baba or anything, I'm crazy. Okay, that's I just be making up excuses. I be like, so Baba, yeah.
Yeah, he is. Whoa.
Baba to build on some shit, right?
Yeah. Baba, so I was thinking. He's like, boy, don't worry about it. I already got you. All right.
Man, just give him a color purple. And he'll talk about the color purple so good.
Right. All the way to the color purple. The movie. In the book. You know what I'm saying?
Tuning in to his morning bills.
Man.
This all just keeps building off of each other.
Mm-hmm.
She's now able to listen to Baba's morning bill.
Yeah, he get me in Boosie mode.
Man, I go into corporate like they better not fuck with me today.
Right?
They just don't know. Today is not their day today. Like,
NWA, yes.
Yeah, so see how this just keeps, building upon, each other. Keya and I was saying yesterday, we need to take a road trip to South Carolina. We need to go see Uhuru.
See him.
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Wakanda's great, but we got a real place. Wakanda is Uhuru.
Yeah, we got Wakandan. That's Uhuru Academy. Yeah. Because they still trill.
With a little bit of Fort Worth in there. With Town. Yeah.
I call them Geechee Trail now. They down there in Geechee country, so it's Geechee Trail.
Geechee Trail, I love it.
Geechee Trail.
I love it.
Yeah. So
that's crazy.
I got y'all both here. What's something that y'all learned about each other and y'all learned about yourself on this podcast journey with the guests, with the collaboration? There's a myth out there that Black women don't get along with each other. They at each other's throat. They envious of each other. They can't work together. The same shit they say about Black folks as a collective. We can't never come together and work on nothing. And y'all dispelled a lot of that in y'all collaboration and in y'all journey. So I definitely want to hear y'all thoughts on that right quick.
Aziza, you go first.
I was about to say you go first.
No, Aziza, you go first, girl. I'll piggyback off you.
I was like, see, this big sis, little sis. Now she want me. Now she want to go. You see what I'm saying? It's, any other time, motherfucker be like, okay,
I hear you.
As I stated, Keya, that's her, Well, going forward, but okay, I got you, sis. What have I learned from this collaboration is I don't always have to have anything deep to say. There's this myth that I always have deep shit to say. To me, it's just shit that I just say shit to be on my mind. I guess it'd be shit people don't want to say. I don't know. But what I've learned with this collaboration is that I never went into it as we weren't going to be able to make it work. I'm glad that you brought that up as far as, the myths, or especially amongst not just ourselves, but since Keya and I are both queens, that we can't work together. That there's jealousy, envy, all of that shit that go on. What I can say that she has brought out in me is a more subdued side, if that's the right. I'm a motherfucker. Okay, a more subdued side of me.
Stop. Don't be trying to be political correct.
I'm trying to see if that's the word I want to use. Okay, I'm gonna just use that. with collaborating with someone, you know, I know my energy sometimes can just be combustible. I know that. I'm aware of that, God. I am. That's something I'm aware of. Keya was ready to walk that journey with me through the ebbs and, you know, the ups, the downs, the highs, you know, whatever's going on with us personally, without making me feel like I have to explain myself. Because I'm not in the business of explaining myself anymore. I used to be, but that she's gone now. It is what it is, you know. So her willingness to not, and I wasn't trying to throw in the blender, see like, oh, let's see if she really want to work, you know, with me. You know, it wasn't even anything nefarious like that. But I just know my energy sometimes either is going to push people away or it's going to draw them to me. But it's not up for me to choose what role you're going to play. That's not up to me to do. That's between you, you know. So she's brought out a way for me to, she is my duality. You know what I mean? If that makes sense, she is. I'm water, she's earth. So both very powerful, but she's allowed me to be able to see that I don't have to explain Aziza. She was willing to just be like, I fucks with you, Aziza. Well, she calls me ZZ. That's her nickname for me, ZZ. Only she calls me that, ZZ. Only Keya calls me that. And it turned out to be a beautiful thing. So I appreciate her for that. That's the one thing that and with the things you said also, as far as dispelling the rumors, is about us not being able to work together or putting people on, because we in this put on type mentality, like, oh, who put you on? You know, I put my damn self on. What kind of damn question is that? You know, to me, that's like, what? You know, I don't need no vouch for none of that. Like, I'm not searching for that. And with Keya, not even knowing me, we're in two different locations. It became a very easy thing where I don't have to elaborate or explain myself, and she's not even around me every day. And I have people that are quote unquote around me that have this idea they think they have of Aziza, and they clueless as fuck.
Okay, see that I told you I could piggyback off of her. So for me, what I learned with this collaboration, I think is very similar to what Aziza said, because she is very, I say blunt. I appreciate that, and because I am not as blunt, I'm outspoken, but I'm not as blunt as she is. So what I learned with this collaboration is that it's okay to speak up on how you feel and not worry about how it makes another person feel, because you have to worry about how you're feeling, how you are left being felt, or how your feelings is being left. So you have to worry about self-love. So working with her, she's brought that out of me. Some people in my personal life don't appreciate that, but again, at this point, I don't care because I have to be happy. And so I appreciate that from Aziza with this collaboration. And I agree with her as well. She's also my duality because I'm a Taurus. She's a Scorpio. We balance each other very well. And she already came from an established platform, and so did I. So there was no need for either one of us to have to clout chase or any of those things. We came into doing the podcast together, Hella Thoughts, because we wanted to do it. She wanted to be a podcaster. I wanted to be a podcaster. Our vibes mesh well together. And I think that's why we're going to be very successful in going forward with whatever we choose to do, because of our vibes. And again, she be my duality. ZZ.
Keya.
Don't judge just knowledge. She's my rappy. I can't help that.
Hey, I love it. Okay, I love it. It's a miracle. Me and collaboration work in regards to our goals. You know what I mean? Like I shared on your podcast, Keya, the mission is more important than the moment.
Yeah.
You know, so we got moments where, you know, it's a tug of war or it's a beautiful thing. You know, what is it going to manifest? You know, in our lessons, Aziza, then what happened? That's a question.
Yeah.
And that's an answer. You understand? That's a question and an answer at the same time. Then what happened? You understand what I'm saying? Like, so when that black woman looking at you with them arms folded like this, then what happened? You understand what I'm saying? Like, that's an action oriented type of situation for you. It's not a speaking. It may be a speaking thing, but it has to be some demonstration thereafter. You see what I'm saying?
Already.
Because wisdom is wise words and wise ways and actions. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's not simply that. So the mission is more important in the moment. It's beautiful that y'all have a collaboration and a sisterhood and a bond. You see what I'm saying in real life, because oftentimes this is where the detriment comes in. You see what I'm saying? Like them four devils we was talking about earlier. Somebody covered something or somebody feels some kind of way. All that other stuff. You understand what I'm saying? So Aziza, when you was bringing that up, when you was like, I need to know every cell in my being need to know what you mean about in the feelings. I need some. Hey, let's draw this out. So we can draw it up and define Mr. What's connected alcoholic text. So, with being this platform, I gave a lot of opportunities along the way.
Yeah.
A lot of opportunities along the way. And there was some crazy collabs. I saved that for the party. You see what I'm saying? I think I'm gonna be partying all week, so it'll be little snippets all the way through to the weekend. And then the weekend, okay, I don't know. It'll be something different. So, it's really that kind of thing in regards to having that foundationally when you come together. You know what I mean? So that way it doesn't go off into those spaces of dissatisfaction. One of my elder guys, he said, last time we played, we made devil. You see what I'm saying? So, it comes from that history lesson of understanding how dissatisfaction on one side, not properly checked, brings about destruction.
Yeah.
Dissatisfaction on the other side, properly gauged and righteously, moved in a raised manner, brings about liberation. So, either you can make devil or you can continue to born God, hence build or destroy. You see what I'm saying? So that becomes a, modality and a mantra that exists in the mind, because this is where everything originates from.
Yeah.
So I definitely am thankful for y'all, coming through, showing love. Make sure y'all promote this episode that y'all got tonight one more time. Let the people know where to get it. Okay. Where do they get? How do they stay down for their crown, even if they faking? You understand what I'm saying? We appreciate their donation, and also whatever y'all can share with us. Final thoughts, social media, how they can donate to y'all cause. You understand what I'm saying? Everything like that.
Okay.
As we wrap it up.
So then you go first.
That's your forte. No, it really is. Like
I
it
know
is like,
because that's how
I know what platforms we on, but Keya, that's like her forte. It is like
okay. I thought you was gonna stay down for the crown. Okay. Bombshell1111 Podcast. Hello thoughts, you guys. Bombshell1111 Podcast. You can check us out Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Bombshell1111. If you would like to donate, it's the same $, Bombshell1111 Podcast is definitely appreciated. Yeah, that's it, Aziza.
well, shit.
Down for the crown.
I just be like, sit down for the crown, like where I be. I be in the traps. I be in the streets. Like y'all know how to get at me. That part I'm not good at, God. Like,
we got to talk some work. Stay down for the crown. What to check them out? What to check it out at?
Instagram, Stay Down for the Crown. Stay Down for the Crown. The O is missing from Crown. Facebook at Stay Down for the Crown. Exactly how it is. Aziza Ankh. Any love donations? It's the $, Aziza Ankh 15. My new merch for those is coming out. God, you got to get a shirt. You probably wear a 2X, 1X, 2X. You gotta get one of my shirts is what I was telling you.
Yeah,
Like this
right,
part is
right.
I'm not good at. Like for real.
You're
I'm
gonna have to
really
get
not.
great at it because you famous. Okay, you're gonna have to get great at it because you famous.
I ain't good. Like, how can you find me? Shit, you know where I be at. No, but in closing, all bullshit aside, though, and I'm not ever bullshitting, but I'm not good at that. I was having this conversation the other day with my cousin for my poetry event, and I'm not good at like tagging, and I hate being tagged and shit. Like, I don't want to. I do. I don't. I hate. Like, I will look at that shit like the Nasdaq. Like, who the hell tagging me? If it's good, I'ma add it. If it ain't, I'ma hide it. And I'ma tell you, I don't want to see your plates. I don't want to see your
Right.
selfies you might want to send to your dude. I don't want to see none of that shit. My feed is for shit that's edifying and educational. So I hate that shit. So I ain't good at that. But again, 5 years. I'm looking forward to 5 more years. Knowledge born, just you recounting that and you partying all week, all month, the rest of 2020 and beyond, because what you've given the people is gargantuan in fortitude. You're not just people aren't just tuning in, and if they liking, sharing, subscribing, whatever they're doing. Like, I've been watching and do the knowledge for a long time before our paths ever even connected, in any type of form. And I'm sitting back thinking what LeKeya was saying. We've left a legacy. My seeds, her seeds, my unborn grand seeds. This will continue. It's out there. So salute to you in honor of Black August. All
Yes,
things
for sure.
black, loud, on purpose. All power to the people. I just want to thank you again for
Yeah.
Do the Knowledge Radio.
Yeah. Thank you again for having us on, and thank you for again being able to create a platform for African American descent of any culture, to be able to get educated, because that's what you're doing. You're educating. And I also watch. I also tune in. I send you a shout out when I do tune in. So again, I appreciate you. And then I also want to um, acknowledge that you reached out to my hometown, Mississippi. Whoop whoop, 662, stand up.
Okay, not
Um,
the 662. It's the
he
first I've
came
heard this. I'm
through.
like, what?
So I appreciate that, because I too do that. I love to, support my hometown, and for you to think enough of my hometown. Shout out to Terry. I appreciate that as well. So I wanted to tell you that as well. And then I know you also wanted to know some things that are coming up with Aziza and I.
Yeah.
We are after episode 10 of Hella Thoughts. We are going to be starting a new series right now. It's pretty much in the making. Again, it's going to be virtual. Definitely a different name. Right now, we're going with the name Word Drop. We're going to have a designated day, time for that, so everyone can know when to tune in at the same time, the same day every week. It's going to be a different platform, so be on the lookout for that. Um, yeah, so we don't know when our lunch date is going to be, um, but just stay tuned, because it's going to be very, very, very different. Right, ZZ?
Yeah, it's always gonna be this. We're active. We're active, God. I mean, I shot my first film in July. Like, I gotta let you know when that's coming out. Um, I've just been busy, man. Like, that was like a dope experience in itself. The movie's called The Runaway. It's an independent film. So I'll definitely be letting you know when that comes out. For sure. Um, merch, and I'm just gonna keep doing, what I'm doing. Brown Sugar
Well,
Lounge, that's my monthly poetry event.
right.
We're gonna go up next Saturday in honor of Black August, 8/29, 9 o'clock here in Dallas, Texas, in the Triple D. So everybody come out that's in the area, support, come fuck with us, vibe with us. I'm gonna be the mic controller, so you're gonna be in for a treat. The tire, all black, everything. Very simple. And that's pretty much it. Like, I've been I'm just up, man. That's all I can tell you. I'm just up.
Up. Yeah.
I'm just up.
That's right.
Yeah, just up.
Up there,
That's
stuck
what's
up there.
That's what's up. This is how we starting off the celebration right here, because we celebrating all week. Okay.
Yeah,
All
we
week.
came through with some
week.
bombshells, Aziza.
With some bombshells and some crowns. Some bombshells and some crowns. And we ain't talking about crown fried chicken, okay? We talking about some crowns. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I love y'all, man. Enjoy the rest of y'all day and you know, keep taking out them bobbleheads. Keep taking them out.
Duly noted. Duly
Man.
noted. One love to you guys. And hey, we celebrating all week. The rest of these 20 weeks left in the year. You know,
Turn up.
I feel that we need to move away from any date. If you want to celebrate, every episode is a celebration.
Right.
It sure is.
Take that with you.
But just like we learned, you know, if you don't celebrate you, ain't nobody just gonna come out and just start throwing it. They're gonna snot and book at your funeral like, oh Lord, she was, and they was, Lord, why, Lord, the Lord, shut your ass up with all that.
Right.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So, you know, like that's the epicenter of the platform, because we do celebrate you in your transition, but we do celebrate you on your mission as well. You see what I'm saying? So it's like you got to pull people in and be like, hey, take a second, okay? Appreciate you. Oh, I'm just doing what I got to do. Like, nah, I need you to know that. I need you to know that what you're doing is of use, of work, of value, you know, of substance. We're paying attention to it. You see what I'm saying? We're doing the knowledge to it. So that's a beautiful thing, you know. So when that's not there, or because people just forget, they might just be like, oh yeah, knowledge on 70 times a day, so it don't matter. You see what I'm saying? I catch it one of these days. But then when you put out a celebration, people, they'll come out. You know, they'll, you know, exchange, you know, words of wisdom or takeaways or whatever the case may be. Every time that I had something, you know, that's the time when the commentary is the largest. Like people, they have something to say. You see what I'm saying? So, and I'm good ancestrally. And I'm thankful that my elders approve of what I do. You see what I'm saying? So when my elders come through and be like, hey, boy, hey, good job, boy. Now get your ass on. You know what I'm saying? Like that quick, that's enough. That's all I need, a little quick, a little head nod. Sometimes they don't even say nothing. They just do the little head nod and keep it moving. You understand what I'm saying? So as long as you get that and you fortify in that, and you're doing right by self and doing right as an ambassador for your bloodline, for them ancestors that came before you and that come through you and will continue on after you, you know, that's like the most righteous thing that you could do.
Yeah.
You know, and y'all got it.
Yeah, I just felt
Y'all
that.
got it.
Are you trying to get me all teary-eyed? You trying to get me all teary-eyed? Because, you know, I stand on that shit. When I say I'm connected and respected in this dimension, I'm going to stand on that. Who going to stop something? Prove me wrong.
What's for me is for me.
I ain't even worried. You know, I'm more comfortable in the spiritual realm anyway. You know why? Because they ain't trying to fuck me. It's the people in this dimension I gotta worry about.
3D.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
When I'm already like I'm like so 5D, like big step, but like I'm so 5D. Like watch when I get off this phone with you. My ancestors, they here right now with me. My engine's about to toe tuck for real. Like I'm about to woo. Okay. They talking to me now. Right. So I feel you. So we celebrating shit. So we don't want to celebrate no more.
Right.
And that's not gonna be when ever.
Right. Never.
Ever.
For never. For never.
So I guess we gotta give our outro, of course, Aziza, before we leave for today. So I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. Always remember you are a bomb within your own shell and stay down for the crown. And with that being said, Aziza, go ahead and do your quote for today.
My quote for the day. And in honor of Kobe Bryant, an ancestor now.
My boo. Woo woo.
He your boo?
No, of course. Divine masculine all day. Okay.
He didn't say this, but this quote comes to mind when I think about his mentality. Starve your fear, feed your focus.
Okay then.
He didn't say it. I said that. But I think of him when that comes to mind. I think of him. You know, I do. So yeah. That's my quote for today. I got something good for tonight though. I got a few. I got to narrow them down.
So make sure you guys tune in tonight at 10 p.m. Central Standard Time on Instagram, Spotify, Facebook, Apple Podcasts. Follow the tune. You guys get in link.
That's right. Tap in.
We out. Peace.
You losing weight, God.
Is that recorded?
You looking kind of smaller.
Kind of smaller.
You
Kind of
losing
got
weight?
her. Nah.
No, you. You do.
I'm hella fat, hella proud. What they say?
No, seriously though. No, I'm like the whole time we've been on, I was like, the guy looked like he's losing weight. Like, but if you say you're not, okay, my eyes just saw that you look
And
like
the Scorpio had to be 100.
That's it. 100.
That's it. That Scorpio 100.
But he said no. So no, like up around through here though, you look like you have though, for real. For real.
Now, women take that as a compliment, right, Zizi?
They're okay. Yeah. Okay, well, all right.
Say he fat then. I mean, I'm just saying.
Hella fat, hella proud.
He said
Yeah.
hella fat. And the black is the, what did he say? The black is the bomb. What did Dolly say?
Some crazy.
The black of the something, the big of the bomb. Whatever the hell.
He always got something with the
oh,
bombshell. He the one got me
Man.
sitting dropping bombshells.
That's it. Dropping the bombshells. That's what I said. You know, the blacker the berry, the bigger the bombshell. Okay.
Man.
Oh my God.
You got the bombshell.
His introductions. That's why people be thinking, Keya.
People superstars.
They be
Yeah.
like, you really are like that. Or I saw your interview. You really are like that. It's like, man, Naj got people thinking I'm just crazy as hell out here.
Jesus said, I use no chemicals, only juices and berries. You understand what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about.
I'm crazy as hell.
Aziza, what was you drinking?
Mineral water.
Okay, I knew it looked different.
Mineral water.
Okay.
All right, we out.
We out. Oh, I'm
We
about
out.
to go get some Stella now.
Well, I'm about to get my